Hey there, Brad from 4Player Network. Thank you for supporting us. And here are my top 5 games that need remakes. Number 5 on my list of games that should have remakes is Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. Now, when I was thinking of this list, I was thinking of the games that I think are great, but maybe for whatever reasons are hard to go back to, or would be hard for certain people to go back to and love. So I think these deserve the remakes the most. Maybe some that need some mechanics or systems tweaks, but there's still a lot there to love. So that's why number 5 is the first Ogre Battle. First and foremost, the game is kind of ugly. It's ugly. It's hard to go back to for the shallow people. But also it has some mechanics that are a little clunky. Now, I think you should keep that stuff intact. You should just tweak it, speed it up, make it a lot snappier. It's this weird kind of RTS RPG hybrid. Honestly, probably too hard to explain here, but I absolutely fucking adore that game, and I think a lot of other people could really appreciate the Ogre Battle series, not Tactics Ogre Battle, if they had a nice fresh remake from Matsuno. I mean, the Square Enix brought in Team Matsuno to remake Tactics Ogre. Now do Ogre Battle. It makes so much sense. Just do it. You could put it on the Vita or the 3DS, something with the touchscreen. It would probably work even better. It's just so good. It deserves a fucking remake because more of you need to play the damn game. Number 4 on my list of games that need remakes is I'm going to go with The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Zelda's gotten a lot of love in terms of like remakes and remasters especially, and the one that I think is just as good as all the others but might be harder to go back to is that original one on the Game Boy, which is a great game. It's up there with Link to the Past and as one of the best 2D Zeldas, but it's kind of hard to look at. Some mechanics are clunky, kind of swapping out items was a pain in the ass. They could remake that game in the Link Between Worlds engine, which is a brilliantly smooth and fast engine, and just keep the crazy charm and weirdness of that game intact, and the cool music and the cool items. Man, the fucking Rock's Feather, man, you could jump in that game. But it's time for it to be remade. It's still easy to appreciate now, but it's a little frustrating in parts. So let's give it the remake it deserves, because it really is one of the best Zelda games. Number 3 on my list of games that need to be remade is Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. I love Soul Reaver. I love Blood Omen. But that series, it's tough to go back to. Back then, I don't know. They just weren't the best at putting gameplay together. There were some really neat ideas, but they were clunky and awkward and kind of fucky in some ways. But the writing and the acting and the characters and the story was so good. You could just keep all that intact, but just completely overhaul the way those games play. Kind of like what Tomb Raider Anniversary did to Tomb Raider. Now, the original Tomb Raider game, I think, still really holds up, but Anniversary, it really modernized it for people who have a hard time going back to play those games. I think Soul Reaver needs that. It deserves that. It's that good of a game. It's just hard to play these days. I think you could really have something amazing here and really kind of tap into people's nostalgia. A lot of people love that first Soul Reaver game, and then who knows? Maybe Square Enix will start fucking making new Soul Reaver games. That'd be fucking great. Oh man, I love Soul Reaver. Just do it right. Number 2 on my list of games that need to be remade is I'm gonna go with Vagrant Story. This is a late PS1 game from Square Enix, and it was just so cool at the time. There was really nothing like it. It was kind of like, Metal Gear Solid meets Final Fantasy. That's what people called it in magazines at the time. I don't know if that's really what it was, but it was really cool. It was also kind of clunky. even clunkier now by today's standards. Like the menu system is really slow and sluggish, and you spend a lot of time in it. And the weapon system is complex, and the timings seem off for the battle system. But it was such a cool game with so much style, cinematic cutscenes that rivaled like the cinematic qualities of like Metal Gear Solid. It's just such a cool game with such great script, penned of course by Yasumi Matsuno, and just so much style, man. It's the perfect game for a remake because one, there's really nothing like that anymore, and two, it's just. The script is as good as anything else that's being written these days. It just needs new mechanics, new systems, some tweaks to make it more user-friendly, because it really is hard to go back to. Number 1 on my list of games that I think need to be remade is a game that I just think is perfect for it. I don't think it's going to happen, but whatever. I think Parasite Eve would be the perfect game for a remake. I love that original game. It's got cool ideas, cool systems, and it's dripping with fucking atmosphere, which is why I think Square Enix could really handle that. I think I could, I feel like a lot of their other games they try to make look cool and they try to make look stylish, but Parasite Eve, man, it had that back in the day. And if you give it a nice graphical overhaul, you don't have to do a lot to the systems. The battle system was really dope as hell back then. It's ugly, man, and it sucks to go back to a game that was so like visually stunning at the time, so atmospheric at the time, and just have those aspects lessened because it looks so old and so jank, and that's why I think that it deserves it, man. Especially because Parasite Eve, that series, is long dead. 2, while cool, didn't really have the vibe of the first game. Just do it again, man. Bring Aya back. She's just so cool and stylish and fucking New York, and god damn it, how has this not been remade? It's so cool. It's so fucking cool. I hope you enjoyed my top 5 this time. I'm actually very curious about hearing your choices on this one. Anyways, thanks for supporting. If you would like to hear more top 5s, if you're a supporter, there's probably more that are only available for you. Anyways, y'all have a great day.